Hello, Newpick. So we finally launched the HTM challenge yesterday, which was great. It took me a long time to work all those details out, but I'm pretty happy with the result. The DevPost website looks pretty nice. That video with Jeff turned out better than I expected. I was nervous about showing that to the rest of the team, but everybody had good things to say about it, so that's good. Currently working out the exact schedule for the on-site and encouraging people to submit their projects to the HTM challenge. I'm drinking out of my old school Dementa coffee cup this morning. Our old logo. When I first joined Dementa, this was our logo, but it has since matured into something more 2010s-ish. So at this point, I'll be waiting for submissions and encouraging people to submit. I've already got one submission from Brev, who works for us. He told me about an idea he had in the office. Still waiting to see what his data looks like before we add it to the gallery. But thank you, Brev, for that. And I am looking forward to community submissions. I hope we get a bunch. It would be awesome. It would be very validating if we got a bunch of submissions. I would just really hate to come to the end of the challenge and have more judges than submissions. That would be egg on my face. Especially because this change up from our normal hackathon format to an online format, it was all my doing. So I hope it's successful. In other news, we had our NDPR yesterday, which went pretty well. So I am not happy with our current roadmap, like dynamically created roadmap thing. It has its utility and I do use it still, but there's so many things that are not quite right with it, that doesn't quite serve the purpose I want it to serve. So when I run these planning meetings every 2 weeks, I want to have some type of status display, and I haven't found the perfect one yet. So once I have some time after the challenge, I'm probably going to rethink what those meetings are, what we should be doing at them, and what is required to support that, so we can use that meeting as a place to check the pulse of the work that's going on and to plan the next cycle. And sometimes I feel like it's a little disjointed. But I'm gonna wait until the challenge is over to put more thought into that. What else is going on? It's been a lot of new people coming in, asking questions on the mailing lists and stuff. That's really good. It's more work for all of us, but it's definitely the good kind of work. It's the validating kind of work. It also exposes all the problems that we have in Newpick, so it's a mixed bag sometimes, but I'm happy to have that and get our problems solved. So we had a bad situation over the past couple weeks where installations weren't working properly. It was really a problem with upgrades. So if someone had installed Newpick 026 or 027, there was an upgrade problem to 030, so they couldn't upgrade without an error. So we had to push another release this week. And that seems to have fixed it, which is good. But, you know, unforeseen circumstances like this come up. All we can do is work as fast as we can to get them fixed. And now that the HTM challenge is live, those types of installation issues become much more important. So I'm going to be really sensitive to installation bug reports from the community as they come up while the challenge is active. Not much more to say, I guess. So, there's also some good activity going on in Riverview. One of the things I think I'm going to focus on this next week, since we still have 6 weeks before the submissions are due for the challenge, that still gives me some more time. Getting a nice sun glare here. It still gives me some time to add some more data to Riverview. So I'm hoping to find some more data. I saw somebody tweet something about using Planet Labs data in Riverview and analyzing it with NuPic. So there is an issue open in Riverview to add that that river for Planet Labs, but I haven't really looked into it very hard. But since someone suggested on Twitter, that might be something I look into right away. The more data that we have available, the better chances people will be successful, the more options they will have to create something because they'll have a data stream. I'm still really interested in figuring out what this new kind of coordinate encoder would look like, because there's so much geospatial data in Riverview, but it's none of it is objects moving over time. They're all events occurring over time, which we don't capture well in the current geospatial encoder. Or we might, I just don't know how to set the radius properly or associate one event to the next, or if they should be. In this case, it's not close, it's not like points in time that, the closest temporal points in time that have the biggest effect. It's the closest geospatial, like in the geolocation sense, and that should have a bigger effect than time, I think. But I don't know, that's beyond my abilities, I believe, so I'm sort of dependent on someone else to think that through. I've pitched it to Jeff and Subutai, and they're all like, yeah, that makes sense, but it's not a high priority. Jeff's been working really hard on writing and reading papers and stuff, which is great. We'll have some activity to announce along those lines soon, which will be really nice. And Subutai has just dived headfirst into research, so he's really moving forward with research, which is great, because that's where he really shines, I think, is doing the research. And if you haven't seen it, he's done a couple of presentations at engineering meetings at Numenta that have been really nice. I've just set up a camera in the corner and recorded them, and then thrown it up on our YouTube channel, and they're getting a good amount of hits. I think those are great informative sessions that we can just expose to the public, and it's very helpful. The last one was about the network API. So I feel like I'm rambling at this point, so I'm going to let you go. Have a nice weekend. I'm going to take a trip over the next couple days, and I'll be off Monday if anybody's paying attention. Take care.